Welcome to another episode of Liquor with Lenoir. I'm George Lenoir, visual artist here in Atlanta, Georgia. Today we're hanging out at Independent Distilling Company in Decatur, Georgia. We're gonna do a little sightseeing, tasting. We're gonna be hanging out with the owner, Michael Anderson, and also we're gonna be hanging out with mixologist Welcome Casey. Back. Today we're hanging out with Michael Anderson, owner of Independent Distilling Company. I'm just gonna ask him a couple questions. So Michael, how long you been in business?
So we're going to celebrate 6 years in just a couple of weeks here. Took us about a year and a half to get licensed up and start producing, but as far as being in full production goes, we're right at about 6 years, but my interest in this goes back about 10 years. But here in Georgia, it takes a while to get things all sorted out. Distilling is something that there really aren't any laws for in certain cases, like Decatur didn't actually have laws relevant to distilling, so it took a while to work with them and actually create laws so that I could get a license to be able to distill. So
Wow.
Yeah.
So from start to finish, about how long did that process take?
It was about a year and a half. It's a lot of hurry up and wait. I mean, when you're literally changing laws, it just, it's a process. So, Decatur was great to work with, and they were very on board with what we wanted to do. It just took a while. You got to have city council meetings, you got to have public input. They got it done, and so now not only can we distill in Decatur, anybody else that comes along behind us now can actually have a permit to go apply for. Since before there just wasn't one, since most cities and counties and even states in some cases haven't licensed distilleries since Prohibition. So we're still recovering from Prohibition about almost 100 years later.
Wow. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad you allowed us to come in here. So do you have any new projects or products that you're working on right now?
We're always playing around with stuff. If you come into our tasting room, you'll see we always like to do stuff, particularly with other small producers, like some of the brandies that we've done with wineries and cideries. We just distilled some beer from Three Taverns Brewery, which is on the other side of the parking lot over here. We're really excited about that. We've done some projects with them before. As far as any new product lines, later this year, probably November-ish, we'll be putting out our rye whiskey, which we've been working on for several years now. So we're excited about that. So that's the next big product extension. But in the meantime, we're always doing little small one-offs and playing around whenever we get a chance, because that's what's fun about all this.
So, now I watch a show called Moonshiners, right?
Yeah, I'm familiar. I might have seen it.
So have you ever tinkered with moonshine, or what? How did you get into making your own liquor?
When I first started getting interested in this, actually what I did to teach myself more than anything was just to homebrew. I got really into doing homebrew, and particularly when they're doing the type of distilling we are with these pot stills, where all that flavor is coming over, whatever you put in is what comes out. If you can make good beer, and you can make good whiskey, you can make good rum. So I spent a lot of time, and it's totally legal to homebrew. It's not legal to distill. I dabbled a little bit with building a still just to learn it, just to understand it. That's just how I learn, is by doing things. But for the most part, you learn all the hard stuff, to me anyways, on the front end. It's all that. It's learning water chemistry, enzymes, why they do what they do at different temperatures, different pH, that all give you what goes into the still, which ultimately gives you what comes out. So that's mainly how I taught. And I did some training at a distillery out in Arkansas. At the time, though, there really weren't any formal opportunities to do any type of training. You fast forward to today, and you've got several major universities offering 4-year degrees in distilling and brewing. So it's come a long way in a really short period of time. But yeah, when I was starting out, it was pretty limited. So don't try to make anything from what you watched on Moonshiners. That's a bad idea. It's entertainment value. Entertainment value.
All right, so you jumped ahead. Well, I have one other question, and then we're gonna move on to your mixologist, Casey.
All right.
So for the people that don't know you and what products you offer, what all do you offer here at Independent Distilling Company?
So right now we've got 4 core products that are available here and out in the market. And then we have, you know, as I mentioned, our little one-offs sometimes we have that are only available here.
Okay.
The core products are a white rum, a barrel-aged rum. We do a corn whiskey, which is unaged whiskey, and then bourbon.
Okay.
I came into this as a whiskey guy.
Okay.
So we originally started out, the very first thing we were producing was the corn whiskey.
Yeah.
And then into bourbon, you know, as it had time to age.
Right.
But then along the way, I found rum. I didn't think I liked rum. It turns out I do. I just like good rum. So I've never had good rum apparently. So that's when I decided I want to start producing rum. So
Okay.
Rum's a really fun category. So we plan to do some more there. And then again, this fall, late fall, early winter, we're planning to put the rye out, which we're super excited about that rye.
Okay.
It's fantastic.
I can't wait
we're ready
to try
for it. It's good.
All right. Well, once again, thank you for having us, Michael.
My pleasure.
And I look forward to tasting some more of your
That's
products.
the good part. Yeah, that's yeah. Casey gets to do the good stuff. He gets to do the drinking.
Okay.
I do the making. He does the drinking.
All right. So now we're about to do a little taste testing. We're hanging out with Casey, the mixologist here at IDC, Independent Distilling Company, and we're gonna go with the aged rum.
Yeah, this is our independent barrel-aged rum. We call this barrel-aged rum because we age it in a barrel. It's clever, I know. So this is made with a table-grade molasses. This will be very different than most rums that you've had before. Most rums are made with blackstrap molasses, which is a byproduct of the sugar-making process, and it's actually very bitter. Our molasses is made with that grade A molasses, you can actually eat it. So it's this high-grade molasses that you're going to get. And what that does is that's really going to come through from our distillation process. So a lot of rums add caramel coloring to it, they add sugar before they bottle, but we don't have to do that because we start with that high-quality ingredient. Yeah. So you're going to get a little bit of, we're aging in used barrels that held our bourbon. We're also aging in newly charged white American oak barrels. So the new barrels are going to give you this nice vanilla flavor, and used barrels are going to give you this nice honey flavor. And that high-grade molasses, you're going to get a little tropical fruit out of it, like some pineapple and guava, all these like really kind of nice flavors from there. Then you get this kind of slight grassy note on the back end with a little bit of barrel spice.
Tropical flavor.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have picked up. I knew it was something, but I wouldn't have known what it was. All right, so we had that first shot. The first shot was real smooth, real good. Like you said, it had the oakiness of the barrel.
Yep.
And it had like a tropical citrus type of taste. It was real nice. So now we're gonna go ahead and try it on the rocks for the second round. And once again, we're talking about the aged rum.
So the ice is going to help open it up a little bit. Really going to be able to, some more of those flavors are going to come out. Because you bring it down the ABV on the spirit and bringing up the flavor of the rum underneath.
And also, what proof is this?
This is 85 proof is what it is.
Okay.
So, yeah.
85 proof
Yeah.
rum.
So it's a little higher than most, like our white rum that we do is 80. And we wanted the aged rum to be a little higher proof, so when we put it into cocktails, it'd stand up a little better.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, once again, real smooth. I'm getting a little more bite for some reason. I think it was the spices that you were talking about.
Yeah, that's coming from the barrel. Yeah.
Still getting the oakiness from the barrel. Still getting a little bit of the tropical flavor. It's not as prevalent as it was with the shot. But overall, a very good drink.
Yeah, thank you. Glad you like it.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, we're gonna be back in a minute with that third round. Okay, so we're back. We had 2 rounds. We had the shot, and we put it on the rocks, and that was of the aged rum from Independent Distilling Company. Very, very good. Now Casey is gonna mix me a drink and my wife a drink. So what do you recommend for us?
We're gonna do 2 different cocktails. We're gonna do a Rum rum, which is a take on a Sazerac. So that's our barrel-aged rum, Demerara syrup, which is basically sugar in the raw,
Okay.
2 parts sugar in the raw, 1 part water.
Okay.
Super easy to make at home.
Right.
Has Peychaud's bitters in it and tiki bitters.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a stirred, kind of spirit-forward kind of cocktail. And then we're gonna do a Bless Your Heart, which is kind of like one of our favorite cocktails
Okay.
that we do. And that has, the basis for this recipe was based on pancakes. That's how
okay.
I came up with the idea for it. So this is the Independent barrel-aged rum, buttermilk, honey. Then we have Peychaud's bitters, Angostura bitters,
Okay.
and then there's a little smoked paprika on the top and a little nutmeg.
Okay.
And then what we do to make it really cool is we shake in a raw quail egg.
What?
Yeah, raw quail egg. It's gonna give this nice texture, and it's gonna give this real body to it. You're gonna love it. It's gonna change your life.
I'm gonna trust your judgment. I don't know about this quail egg, but it's all about trying something new. So I'm gonna come out the box. I'm gonna try something different.
Yeah, oh, this is gonna be new, all right. You just wait.
All right, see you in a minute, guys. All right, so we're back. Third round's the charm. Casey have made us 2 drinks to try. So Casey, what are these again?
So this is the first drink we're gonna try is the Aged Rum. This is the take on the Sazerac. It's made with the aged rum, little demerara syrup, Peychaud's bitters, and tiki bitters with a lemon peel.
Okay.
This is like a more spirit-forward, boozy type cocktail.
Oh man, that smells good.
You're gonna get like some star anise kind of flavors in there, that kind of black licorice that comes from like the Peychaud bitters, and then the cola kind of flavor comes from the tiki bitters.
Yeah, I am getting a cola.
Yeah.
I'm getting the alcohol flavor. I am getting a sugary type of, I don't know what it is. And then I'm getting this lemon on the back end. It's a real good drink. I'm gonna save the other half for my other half. Okay, and what was this one again?
All right, so this is the Bless Your Heart. This is the one with the independent barrel-aged rum, buttermilk, and Angostura bitters, Peychaud's bitters, and then we've got a little bit of smoked paprika on top, and we've got some nutmeg on there as well. And this is the one that has the quail egg in it.
Okay. I'm gonna trust your judgment.
You're gonna love this. I'm telling you,
okay.
you're gonna be like, you're gonna be quite surprised.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it has the texture, like you said, like of eggnog.
Yeah.
I barely taste the rum at all.
Yeah, it's just there. We're just enhancing some of those flavors with those other ingredients.
Getting the nutmeg.
Yeah.
Getting the paprika. Yeah. Okay. It's good.
That's good, isn't it?
It's a Christmas drink. Okay. So I'm gonna finish these up. Well, I'm gonna share it with my wife, but then we'll be back with a summary in a little bit. All right, so we just did 3 rounds and a tour of Independent Distillery. We met Michael Anderson, the president and owner, and we also met Casey, the mixologist, who made some great drinks for us. And once again, our show is all about trying something new and coming out the box. So I tried the quail egg and it was pretty good. All right, so let's review. I tried the aged rum. The aged rum is real smooth. You get that woody taste from it. You get like a tropical citrus taste as well. It's an 85 proof liquor. Real good. It did have a little bit of heat. Now we put it on the rocks, and on the rocks I got that pepper or spice from it. And still got the smoky flavor and still got some of that citrus. And then when we did the mixed cocktail, you kind of just lose all of that that smoke or the barrel taste, but you still get the alcohol. So the drinks were real good. So overall, my impression of IDC, Independent Distilling Company, the aged rum is real good. They have 6 different liquors. And I recommend that you come down here if you're in Atlanta, Georgia, to try them. They have very good products. So.
Hi, so my name is Brian. I live over in Edgewood, Candler Park. I'm currently drinking a Bless Your Heart. It's one of their many delicious rum concoctions they got going here. It's got like paprika and a quail egg, I think it was saying. Found my way over here this afternoon with my buddy Charlie. He was telling me about this amazing little hole-in-the-wall spot. And being a cocktail man myself, I couldn't help but have to step in. It's, the vibe and everything here is just pretty amazing. I recommend you come check it out.
Cool. Well, thanks for coming out. Really appreciate it. If anybody else wants to come out and visit us, we're open Thursday, Friday, 6 to 9, Saturday, 3 to 8. That's every week. We also have our 6-year anniversary coming up on March the 11th. We're going to do a cocktail class for it. The cocktail class, we're going to have charcuterie. You get 3 cocktails. You can see that on our website at www.independentdistilling.com.
I will be here.
Yeah, you guys come out and see us, and we'd love to have any of your friends come out and hang out and have drinks with us. So.
All right, sounds like a plan.
Cool.
Well, thanks again.
Yeah, anytime. Thank you. Yeah.
All right. And this has been another episode of Liquor with Lenoir. See you guys soon. This has been another episode of Liquor with Lenoir. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to stay abreast of our content. And be sure to drink responsibly.